This is the motor and the mounting brackets. There is also a remote control included. This bracket is not really needed if you are retrofitting an existing retail roller shade. To complete the installation, you also need one roll of duct tape, one screwdriver, one screw terminal, and one utility knife. And of course you need a CR2032 battery for the remote control. If you want to secure the traction of the drive wheel even more, then you need a drilling machine, a small drilling bit, one screw, or a big piler. The basic operational principle of the motor is that it goes into the tube fully. Here we have a ring. This ring attaches to the end, and on the other side you have drive wheel. The drive wheel rotates, the motor is not moving, and when the wheel is rotating, the tube is also rotating. And while the tube is rotating, this ring is some kind of idler that keeps it in place. This is a really small diameter motor. It means that it will fit into most retail shades, while other motors are a bit bigger and they will not fit. But as you can see, it can be a little bit too small, and because of that you have to use tape to build up the ring here and the drive wheel here. So you're actually rolling tape around here until it will fit tightly. Here I have a normal retail roller blind with this kind of plastic ball chain. On this end you can keep the mounting bracket, and we are going to switch this mounting with the ball chain with the motor. So first just unhook it, I've already done it, and put the roller blind down. Next step is just to remove this ball chain clutch. We're not needing it anymore. And the motor will go in here. But as you can see, it's not really tight. So I will show you how to pad it with tape. So you will use the utility knife to cut small strips of the tape. And start by rolling the tape onto the ring here. You have to have a matching width of the strip, so it will not cover and stick to this end or into this, just the ring. And continue to roll it, maybe cutting more strips, and once in a while test the fitting into the tube. Still not tight, I will have to add more. Here's a close-up of the result. As you can see, it's much more diameter now, and I can turn it as a ring. It doesn't stick to this or to this. So now it's time to add it on the roller wheel. So when it comes to adding tape on this end, it's not necessary to actually cut it before. You can just roll it up, and you can actually just put it in with the tape, or you can cut away the excess from it. So now I have finalized the rolling of the tape onto the dry wheel and also the ring. And as you can see, the fitting, it's tight but not super tight. I have to wiggle it a little bit and then push it in all the way. And also the last part with the ring, leaving this black part outside of the tube. If you did a really tight rolling on this one, so it was a tight fitting, then it's not necessary to do anything more because it will have sufficient traction inside the tube. But if you want to be really sure, then I have another motor here for illustration. You can 22 centimeters away from the tube end is the roller here. So you can, one way is to use the big piler and make a little light squeeze here to increase the traction for the dry wheel. Another way, if you're having some problems with this, usually you should not, is to use a drill machine and drill a small hole, also 22 centimeters from the end, and into the small hole put in a small screw. Make sure that it's not too long, the screw, because then you will actually fix the drive wheel to the tube. To connect the wire here with the wires of the outlet, I'm using this kind of screw terminal. If you have the ability and the competence for it, you can of course solder and using shrinking tubing, or use another means to connect the wires. Please bear in mind that, as you can see, on one of those there are stripes here. Those are the plus, and they will be connected to the plus side of the power adapter. Also notice that the power adapter is not included. Step in the installation procedure is to attach the blind to the existing bracket that came with the retail roller shade, and then measure where you should put this. You see there is a lip here, and that will go into a hole in this black part. I've already measured the correct distance for me, and then I can just lightly push it and hook it on. See the actually hooking on because I had to use both my hands and I could not hold the camera. But I also want to mention that you should route this cable out of the way of the motor so it not tangles into here. So route it away and around, maybe like this, just for testing. So now you can attach the motor wire to the power outlet.